Hi guys, welcome back. Well, I can't believe we've almost worked through the entire textbook of ICB South Africa, Bookkeeping to Trial Balance. So today we will be looking at the Creditors Reconciliation. And then the next lesson will be a subject that I've been emailed about a lot of times, and that will be your general ledger reconciliation. Okay. So the first thing we need to look at when we look at the creditors reconciliation is, okay, you will need the mistakes that's been made. You're going to need the creditors ledger, which is your creditors ledger that you held for the creditor. You need the account statement of the creditor, and then your general journal and your reconciliation statement. So those are the things you need to have in front of you. So one thing you need to realize and remember is that during this process, whenever you or your business made a mistake, you fix it in your general journal. Whenever the creditor made a mistake on their statement, you put it in the reconciliation statement. So that's how you fix it. So before we start, I also just want to bring the following to your attention. Sorry, I just want to go up there. Is to remember how companies, how you view yourself. So first of all, your business, the creditor is obviously creditors control, which is a liability. But to the creditor, you are an asset because you're debtors control. You've been purchasing from them. So you're a debtor to the creditor. So in other words, to them, you are an asset, which increases on the debit side and decreases on the credit side. And obviously your creditor to your business is a liability. So you always need to take that into consideration. Okay, so I'm just moving this back again. Okay. So the first step that you have to do, sorry, I just need to switch the screen. The first thing you need to do is you have your creditors ledger and your creditors account statement in front of you. Then you need to compare the debits of the account statement to the credits of your creditors ledger. And that is obviously because of the reason I've just said, because to you they are a creditor, but to them you are a debtor. So then you are an asset. Okay. So your debits gets compared to the credits of the creditors of your creditors ledger, and the credits of the creditors account statement gets compared to the debits of the account statement. Okay, so we're quickly going to do that. I'm just going to move this thing a little bit forward again, that one you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's start. Alright, okay, sorry. This is always. Okay, so let's see. On the creditors account statement, we've got a debit of 17415. So let's compare that to the credits. Okay, there is no 17415. Then we've got an 8101.04. Let's see if we've got that one over there. No, we don't. Let's go back there. There is a 150. Let's see if we've got a 150 there. Just compare it, make sure it's the same invoice. Yes, it is. So I am highlighting 150 on the statement, and I will be highlighting the 150. Oh, sorry. On there. Okay, great stuff. So let's go check out the other one again. So then we've got a total of 816. That's for X24. Let's see if we've got 816. Okay, we've got the X24, but the total there is not the same. So obviously I can already see that there's a problem. Then we've got a 9600 right there. Do we have a 9600 over here? Right there, yes we do. So let's quickly highlight them. So 9600, and then I highlight 9600 over there. All right. So now we've compared the debits to the debits of the account statement to the credits of the creditor's ledger. Now let's go check out the credits there. So we've got 223.32. And there's not a 223.32 there. All right. 11787.75 and 11787.75. Perfect. And let's just highlight that baby over that side. Great. And then we've got a 302.25, which is a discount. And yep, we've got a 302.25, so let's just highlight it. So once again, just like with the bank reconciliation statement, this thing must look like a Christmas tree when you're done with all the colors. It's just to make sure that you did, in fact, get everything done. Okay, so let's just move back a little bit. Okay, so as we can see, there are a few numbers outstanding. So, okay, now I need to move a little bit this way. So let's go check out first our first problem that we're going to have. It says there, the unit price of, okay, this is my pen, thank you. Okay, the unit price of the XL lenses purchased on the 8th of November was 17415, not 1674. The entry made in our creditor's ledger was derived from an entry in the creditor's journal as per invoice X13. Okay, so from that we can see that they say that the price was 1741. So let's go see which one of us made the mistake. So let's, oops, sorry. So, okay, we've got X13 as 16740. Also, yeah, that's right, 16740. And they've got 1741.5, which was actually the correct amount. So in other words, we made the mistake. So as I said earlier, we need to go fix this mistake now in our general journal. So remember, when we make a mistake, we fix it in the general journal. But always remember, once you've done something in one of your journals, you have to go fix it. You have to add that to the creditor's ledger as well. All right, so let's go have a look. So first of all, let's just go see what the transaction originally looked like. So the entry we did looked as follows. Okay, we had creditors control, which is a liability, minus plus. Then we had trading inventory, which is an asset, plus minus. And then we had money went out, so it's VAT input, which is an asset, plus minus. Okay, so we had that as 16740. So in other words, our creditors increased with 16740. Our trading inventory increased by 14,684.21. And then our VAT input increased by 2055.79. Okay, but now we had that, but now we had that wrong. So 16740 wasn't the correct amount. The correct amount was 17415. Okay, so in other words, how much are we still short to make up that 17415? So that'll be 16740, and then we deduct 16740 from 17415, then we get a total of 675. So that 675 now still has to be added on our books. So let's just add it first on our T accounts. So we've got 675. Okay, so this will increase our trading inventory, then will increase by 592.11, and our VAT input will increase by 82.89. Great stuff. Okay, so now we calculated, we saw the mistake, but now we need to go and fix it. So what did I say? I said we put it in our general ledger. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just simply going to put all that amount, the credit for creditors control, debit for trading inventory, and the extra debit for VAT input. We are just going to put that information right there on our general journal. Let's go a bit closer, and let me find my pen. Great. All right, so we first do the debits. So that'll be, I'm just going to say 001. Then the debits, the first debit we have was trading inventory. Sorry, I'm not going to write it out. Trading inventory. The debit for trading inventory was 592.11. The other debit we had was VAT input, and that was 82.89. Then we had our creditors control, which had a credit amount of 675. Okay, and then obviously when you do your general journal, you need to write a little explanation. So it's just correction of error. Amount underwritten. On creditors of, just say, invoice X13. Sorry, I'm just writing it very quickly. Of course, you will need to write that out, and then you draw your line over there. Great. Okay, but we are not done yet. Okay, so all we did now was we transferred that information onto the general journal. Okay, but we are not done yet, because once we've made an entry into our general journal for a creditor or a debtor, we need to transfer that information to the creditor's ledger. So now first let's just go see a creditor's control. On there is a credit for 675. So now we just go over this way to your creditor's ledger, and now we're just going to transfer that information over there. Okay. Oh, where was I? All right. So this will be your journal voucher. I'm not sure what number we're going to give it. Doesn't matter. Okay, it will matter, but yeah. So it's the journal voucher. Just write 001, or journal voucher 001 of the fixing, the date, whenever, and it's a credit amount of 675. Okay, so now it's 34479.48 plus 675. and that gives you 154.48. All right, great stuff. So now we fixed. So now we fixed that. So now we can just go highlight it. So the 16740, we fixed it, and the comparing entry on the account statement was 17415. Okay, so we just highlight that one. Okay, sorry, I just need to find my board. Let me just wipe here. Oh, great. Okay. Good. So we've done our first one. Just want to show you that entry there. Yeah, so journal voucher 001. It was a credit amount of 675, so we just added that. Okay. So let's just go highlight number 1 just to show that we've dealt with it. Awesome. All right. Let's look over there. Okay. The inclusive unit price of the Type 2 Jumbo purchased on 15 November was 2025.26, not 2100.18, referred to invoice X17. Okay, so although the entry was made in the creditor's ledger was incorrect, the transaction was recorded correctly in the creditor's journal. Alright, so once again, this is a mistake that we have made. But now we need to read very, very carefully that we do not get confused. It says the inclusive unit price of the Waka Wakas on 15 November was 2025.26, not 2100. Although the entry made in the creditor's ledger was incorrect, the transaction was recorded correctly in the creditor's journal. So in other words, we did make a mistake, but we did not make the mistake in our journal. Therefore, since it was not a journal mistake, we do not have to fix it in the general journal, but we only need to fix it in the creditor's ledger. Okay, so let's quickly go have a look. Let me just move this camera back a bit. And now I'm going to go draw my T accounts. I absolutely love T accounts. Okay, so let me get my pen. So that also means that our creditor was correct with their amount. So we can just work off that amount. The amount on the creditor's statement, let's go there, is 8101.04. And our amount was 8400.72. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so I've got 8400.72 and we minus 8101.04. So in other words, we were short 299.68. All right. So let's just first go and check our entry again. Creditors control is a liability minus plus. So we purchased. Oh, wait. I just want to double check something. Oh, we got 8400. It's supposed to be 8101. So ours is not increasing with 299.68. It's decreasing with that amount. All right, sorry about that. My mistake. Okay, so the actual amount was the 8101.04. We got it in at 8400.72. Somewhere we made a typing error. So in other words, we overcharged with 299.68. So let's just do this. So it's 8400.72. Now because we need to decrease it, it will go onto the debit side of 299.68. Yeah, 299.68 on the debit side. Okay. But remember, because the mistake was only made in the creditor's ledger, we only have to fix it in the creditor's ledger. Alright. So in other words, we're just going to write here, correction of incorrect post, or whatever you want to call it. It was posted incorrectly, so it's a debit amount of 299.68. So it's 35154.48 minus 299.68, and that'll give you 34854.80. 34854.40. Okay, let me just show you that. There. Correction 299.68, 34854. What did I say? 80. Okay. So we fix that now. Okay, so now let's go through and just highlight our mistakes. So we need to highlight the 840072 because we've taken care of that one. And we highlight the corresponding statement entry of 8101.04. Okay, so let's just wipe that. Okay, so now let's go look at problem number 3. Just get in there. Okay, there we go. All right, just want to highlight number 2 that we've done that. All right, credit note T8 was received from Lindell Hooters CC but does not appear on the statement. Okay, so let's see, what is it? T8, credit note T8. There we go. So let's just read that again. Credit note T8 was received from Lindell Hooters CC, but does not appear on the statement. So in other words, we got the credit note, we read it incorrectly. Let me just get back there for you. There. Credit note T8 is the amount of 811.02. And if we look on their statement, it just simply does not appear there. Okay, we don't see that T8 there. All right, so that is not there at all. Okay. So now we need to add that amount in. But what did we say? So in other words, Lindell Hooters, who is our creditor, they've made the mistake. So if they make a mistake, we need to fix that on the reconciliation statement. So we're going to first take the balance, the final balance there of Lindell Hooters account statement and just put the balance into our reconciliation statement. Okay, and that is 35 with my pen. So let's just write here balance as per statement. Oh, please excuse my very beautiful handwriting. Okay, and the balance is 35858.11. Okay. So first of all, now we just need to see something here quickly again. Let's get going. Okay, a credit. Let's just see the credit notes. So remember, To you, they are a liability. So it's minus plus, and you are an. To you, they, and you are an asset to them. Sorry. Asset plus minus. Okay, so we need to remember now, when you read in a credit note, you debit your liability. So in other words, your liability gets debited if you receive a credit note. So their asset decreases. So in other words, that'll be a credit to them. So it gets deducted. So when you read it into the reconciliation statement, you need to remember, oh, sorry, I did not bring the camera down for you to see. All right, let me re-explain that to you. So remember, remember, they are a liability to you. They are a liability to you. So the moment you get a credit note, remember, a credit note gets debited, but because you are an asset to them, remember, there must be a debit and a credit. The amount a credit note gets credited to your creditor. Okay, so in other words, it gets debited. So in other words, it decreases. So now, when we read it in to our reconciliation statement, we need to remember that it decreases. So we just simply say less credit note T8 omitted, and that'll be 811.02. Okay. So now we've made that entry. There. Okay. So now let's go and highlight what we haven't highlighted. So that will be 811.02. Get my trusty highlighter, and we will just put that in there. Great stuff. All right. So now let me get I'm just quickly wiping here. So I've highlighted the 811.02. I'm going to go back now to my questions. So let me just highlight this, just to show that we have dealt with it. Sorry, my paper flew off there. Okay. All right, so now we are looking at number 4. And it says, Poncho Traders was correct with respect to the amount of invoice X24. Okay. For a change, we were right with something. All right. So Poncho Traders was correct with respect to the amount of invoice X24. So we were correct. So let's go see if we can find invoice X24. There we go. And the amount is 682.5. Okay, so I'm just going to write 682.5 down there. Okay, so let's see what amount did our creditor have for X24. They had 816. Okay. So let's see, so I've got 816 minus 682.5, and that gives me 133.50. Okay, so in other words, let's see, 816. So their amount is way too high. Okay, so for some reason they made an entry of 816 and it's supposed to be 682.5. So theirs has to decrease. So let's quickly have a look on how we're going to do that. So first of all, now we need to remember, if you look at it from their point of view, we are an asset to them, plus minus. Okay, so the asset increased 816, so it's a debit, And now it has to decrease with 133.5. Okay, to get the balance, and that was, if you balance that, you will get to 682.5. So once again, because it was Lindell Hooter's mistake, wasn't our mistake, we need to fix that in the recon statement. But remember what we said, the 133.50 gets credited, which means it's going to get deducted. Oh. Okay, so let's quickly put that one in there. So this will be less credit note error X24 overstated, and then so 133.50. All right, great. So that is done. So now let's go highlight it. So that was 682.5. So that one, and the corresponding entry for the creditors was 816. So we highlighted. Oh, it looks like we are almost done. Can't believe it. Okay, so let me just move this back again. Oh, excuse me. Okay, number 4 we've done. And then let's go look at number 5. Ponzo traded recorded credit note T1 at the incorrect amount in all their journals and ledgers. So in other words, remember, we are Ponzo traders. So in other words, we made the mistake. So once again, and it says there that we made the mistake not just on a creditor's ledger, but we did it in all the journals. So we completely put in the incorrect amount, and we need to fix it. So when we make a mistake, where do we fix it? We have to fix it in the general journal. Okay, so first of all, now we need to go see how much of a mistake did we make? So I just want to wipe here. Okay, great stuff. So they say Ponzo T10. So T10, let's go there. So T10 we've got as 282.72. 282.72. Great. And they've got T10 223.32. So minus 223.32. Yeah. So in other words, the difference for that amount is 59.4. Okay, so now we need to go and fix it. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so let's just first, now we have to go do this again, T accounts. Remember when I said when we started this course, I said you're never going to get rid of your T accounts. So it's creditors control minus plus trading inventory. Oh, sorry guys, I've got a little bit of sniffleitis, so please forgive me. So it's asset plus minus, and then VAT input. Okay, so our normal transaction, let me just move back up there. There we go. See, our normal transaction, you would credit your creditors control. Trading inventory will get debited, and your VAT input will also be debited. Then we've got the credit note Okay, I'm just marking it. So when you get the credit note, you debit your creditors control, you credit your trading inventory, and you credit your VAT. So that would basically be VAT output. Okay, but now we need to fix it. So let's just first see what did we do. Credit note T10 in our books was 282.72. It should be 223.32. So in other words, I'm just going to write here, so this is fixed credit note. So in other words, we got too much. We added too much to the credit note, and we added 59.4 Rand more than what we're supposed to. So in other words, to reverse that, we don't have to add it, we need to deduct it from the 282. So in order to do that, we will need to credit creditors control, debit trading inventory, and debit VAT input. Okay, I hope everybody is still with me. So, and we need to go and fix that in the general ledger. So we've got 5940. So the 5940 will be credited. Then the trading inventory will be 5211, and then the VAT amount will be 7.29. So now we just transfer that amount straight to your general journal. Okay. All right. So let's quickly do it. And as always, you do the debits first. So on number 5, we're going to say, so you've got trading inventory. Trading inventory gets debited, 5211. VAT input gets debited by 7.29, and then your creditors control gets credited with 5940. All right. So it's again correction of error. Overstated credit note T10. And that's it. Or is it? Remember, the moment you make an entry into your general journal for your creditors or debtors, that amount needs to be transferred to your creditors ledger. Must never forget that. So we will be, so let's transfer that quickly to our creditors ledger. All right. So this will be journal voucher, whatever number you give it, 02. Then remember, creditors control got credited with 5940. So that is so we increase that. So it's 34854.8 plus 5940, and that gives you 34914.20. Okay, so we've done that one. Oh, sorry. Okay, good. So let's highlight that. So this is the 282 corresponding account entry on the account statement, 223.32. All right, so that is done, and there's number 5 also done. Okay, so we highlight everything. Let me just quickly wipe the board again. Okay, we're on our last one. So let's have a look there at number 6. That looks interesting. Okay, the incorrect discount percentage was allowed on invoice X29. Oh boy. Lindell Hooters advertised a 25% discount and only a 20% discount was allowed. So if you're looking at that, so who made the mistake? We both made the mistake, so both of us have to fix that. Okay, so let's read it again. The incorrect discount percentage was allowed on invoice X29. Lindell Hooters advertised a 25% discount and only a 20% discount was allowed. Okay, so let's just first go see. So that is X29. Where are you? Is X29. So that's the amount of 9600. And as you can see, both of us made those transactions or those entries at 9600. So now we need to go and fix it. So the first thing you need to do is now you need to go and calculate what was the amount before discount. Okay, so we received a 20% discount. We were supposed to receive 25%. So first of all, we've got 9600. Now we need to remember, they say that we've received the 20% discount. So in other words, 9600 is only 80% of the price. But we want to find out what it was before discount. So in other words, 100% of the price is X. So now let's just swap it over to get the X on top. So X over 9600 equals 100 divided by 80. So X then is 100 divided by 80 multiplied by 9600. So X is 12,000. All right, 12,000 rand. So in other words, before, just move that down there. Okay. So before we received the discount, we would have paid 12,000, but we got 20% discount. All right. So we all agree. Just want to move up a bit this way. Thanks. So we all agree that 12,000 is 100% of the price. Am I right? But we are getting a 25% discount. So in other words, 100 minus 25 is 75%. So we're only going to be paying 75% of the actual price is X. So once again, let's just flip it over. So X over 12,000 equals 75 over 100. So X is 75 divided by 100 multiplied by 12,000. So in other words, your X is 9,000. All right. So in other words, we were only supposed to pay 9,000 rand. But how much did we pay? If we look at both of our invoices, let's pick one since both of us are wrong. 9600. So in other words, we paid 600 rand too much. Okay, so that'll be, because it's 9600 minus 9,000 equals 600. So that's the difference between the two. Okay, so now we need to look at this and realize that, okay, we need to fix it two ways. First, we need to fix it for ourselves, and then we need to do the correction in the reconciliation statement to compensate for them having to fix the same error. So let's first have a look at it. So I'm going to do this. Once again, T accounts. So you've got creditors control, which is a liability. Trading inventory is an asset. And then VAT input is an asset plus minus. Great. All right, so the difference is 600. So our creditors, because they charge us 9600, they were only supposed to charge us 9,000. So there's 600 Rand too much that we need to deduct. So in other words, our creditors, our creditors increase with 9600, but it has to get to the 9,000, it has to decrease with 600. So in other words, that gets debited. Then your trading inventory, remember when you purchased, your trading inventory was credited. So we need to do the reversal. So we debited. So we need to credit. So we need to credit our trading inventory with a VAT exclusive amount of 526.32. And then remember, your VAT input always gets debited. So in other words, when we have to credit it, it becomes your VAT output. Don't forget that. Your VAT output is always a credit. It's a liability minus plus, and the VAT amount is 73.68. All right. So that's how it. So let's just look at that again. Is the original transaction, your creditors control gets credited, your trading inventory gets debited, your VAT input gets debited. So we have to subtract the 600 to get to the 9,000. So to subtract it, you need to do the reversal. So that means debit your creditors control, credit your trading inventory, and credit your VAT output. Okay, so that's from our point of view. Now we need to go do it from the creditor's point of view. So first of all, we are a debtor. That's an asset plus minus. Then we've got trading inventory, which is an asset plus minus. And then we get VAT output. Am I right? All right. So the original transaction, their debtors control increased, so it gets credited. Trading inventory decreased, and your VAT output got increased. All right, so the 600, luckily for the reconciliation statement, we just have to worry about the debtors control account. So that will have to decrease. In other words, it gets credited with 600 Rand. All right, I know it's a mouthful, but just remember, see the transaction from your point of view as well as their point of view. So this is our point of view, this is their point of view. Okay, but obviously, like I said earlier, now let's go fix ours first. So if we make the mistake, we go to the general journal, and let's do that. Okay, let me just get my pen. Great. So now, as we saw, the creditors control gets debited. So let's put that one in first. Creditors control gets debited with 600. Trading inventory gets credited with 52632, and VAT output gets credited with 7368, and then its correction of error of invoice X29. Awesome. But we are not done. Remember, the moment we make a journal entry, we need to fix it in our creditors ledger. So let's go back to our creditors ledger, and then let's just put that amount in there. Okay. All right. So this will be journal voucher 003. Then the amount gets credited, debited with 600, sorry. So then, it gets deducted, so it's 34914.2 minus 600, and that gives you 34314.20. Okay, so now we fixed ours. So let's go fix there. So let's just go have a look down there again. So for them, debtors control, it gets credited, so it's a minus, so it gets subtracted. Oh, sorry, nearly lost my balance there. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so it gets subtracted, it gets minus, so it's, sorry, get my pen. So that'll be less credit note error yeah, 25%, only 20% issued. So then we deduct 600. And now we do that little calculation. And that then will be 34314.20. So how do you know you are correct? You compare that amount with your creditor's ledger amount, 34314.20. And that's how you know you are correct. Okay, just move this thing a little back. Okay, so I know this is a real mouthful, but if you don't know what to do and if you do get stuck, just go back to your T accounts and just take a breather, have a cup of coffee, take a breather and just view it, do the transaction. Actually, if you have to do the transaction completely from scratch, see it from your point of view and see it from their point of view. And remember, just check who made the mistake. Was it you or was it the creditor? If you make the mistake, you fix it in your general journal, and then not to forget to do the entry, the general journal entry into your creditor's ledger. Okay, if it's their mistake, you only have to fix it on the reconciliation statement, because that's just to see if you are correct. Because they will have to do the actual correction on their side, which will reflect on the next month's statement that they will send you. Okay, I hope you guys had some fun with this, but just remember, a creditor is a liability to you, but you are an asset, you're a debtor, you're an asset to the creditor. So don't get confused with that. So thank you very much. My next lesson, like I said before, will be on a subject that I've been emailed many times, and it seems a lot of people are battling with it. So I'm glad I'm finally going to get to that point to be able to do that lesson on the general ledger reconciliation. So I'm going to have a lot of fun preparing that, and I will see you guys next time. Happy studying.